I want to tell you my secret now. I see dead people.
We're back with the psychic lawyer, Mark Anthony, and he sees dead people too. And apparently dead people do not wait during commercial breaks. They've been coming at you.
They have. I'm picking up on the spirit of, it feels like about a 16-year-old girl, and I get that there was like a massive blood loss, problems with the blood, and this lady here acknowledged this, if okay. Yes. And I get that this was a traumatic death, because what happens when I sense a severe impact sensation to my body, like a jolt, that indicates the trauma.
Yes.
And hold on. Now, the two of you actually, I get that you didn't know each other all that well, but what you did know of each other that you liked. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. And I know that most kids like gingerbread and gingerbread men, but she keeps talking about gingerbread, and that could make sense to her or to you. You're smiling. In what way?
Sure. Both of my daughters have ginger hair.
Okay, so...
And they were cousins, so...
And they were cousins.
And they were
okay,
very close.
So both your daughters are still with us, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so she's acknowledging her cousins and acknowledging you. And it's interesting she's talking about blood, because now she's focusing on you or somebody close to you and talking about platelet count. Is somebody connected to you having some issue, like some type of blood issue, and I'm getting like platelets or an iron deficiency?
Anemia of some sort?
Yeah, anemia.
You know, I'm not sure. So I do have, my stepmother has an illness that has been undiagnosed, and so maybe that could be it. Not really sure.
Your stepmother, is it seem like she's anemic?
Sometimes.
All right, so let's get her, has she been in for testing?
She has.
Okay.
She has, and she's still going through some more tests. This is a recent discovery.
Yeah, so I think what we're going to find out, or rather what the doctors are going to find out, is that there's issues with her platelet count and her iron count in her blood, and also the protein levels throughout her body.
Okay.
That's making sense?
Sure. Yes.
Okay, in
absolutely.
what way?
Actually, maybe it's not my stepmom. There was a young lady that I worked with here, and she has a severe blood loss, and it was due to anemia.
Here we go.
And yeah, I've been trying to get in contact with her for a while, and I don't know where she is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you worked with her?
Yes.
Okay, so if you give it a shot, that would be really good. Okay, now, I don't know if this is with you or someone else, but I'm picking up on a name like Bert. It could be Albert or Bert. Does that make sense with anyone? A Bert or an Albert. It could be on this side or the other side. Someone's giving me the name Bert. Okay, in what way?
We're going to get a microphone
okay
over
if I
to
stand
you.
up?
There you go.
We have a cousin named Albert. His father passed away.
Okay, hold
a few
on.
years back.
Hold on. Okay, the male energy coming through, that's your cousin, so this would be your uncle who passed. And all right, the gentleman that's coming through, I'm getting this massive sensation with his heart, and it feels like there's an atrophy in his heart, and it feels like I'm getting heartbeat like ba-dump, ba-bump, then I'm getting brr, brr, like this erratic heartbeat, which appeared to be going on. Are the three of you together?
Yes.
Okay, if you could stand up, and that's making sense to you in what way? If you could, give her the microphone so she can identify.
Oh.
That's all right, take your time.
I lost my mom as well. That was his sister.
Okay, so we got your uncle here. He had the erratic heartbeat. And with your mom, the female energy who's coming through, I feel this draining sensation throughout my body and this weakness, which is indicating that this was not a quick passing. Does that make sense to you?
She had cancer.
Okay, and I'm getting this numbness and tingling in my hands and fingers, and this really weird dehydration sensation. So it feels to me that she probably was either very dehydrated or not able to drink or even eat prior to passing, and that's being coupled now with a nausea sensation in my stomach. And the nausea is an indicator of difficulty eating and or holding down food prior to passing, but the nausea can also be an indication of a disease like cancer. Does any of this make sense?
She had stomach cancer.
I'm sorry?
She had stomach cancer.
Okay, nausea, vomiting, and cancer indicator. She's very happy that you're here and doing this, and she said that the one thing that made her feel so good is every time you would come and visit her when she was on the decline is how you would smile at her and pretend that everything was okay. Does that make sense?
It absolutely
Did
does.
you used to bring her these flowers, these yellow flowers? She keeps showing, they look like daisies, but they're like, and they're not real ornate, they're like very simple type flowers.
I used to bring her their fake flowers from Kroger. They were yellow.
Hey, Mom likes the discounted flowers, so we'll go with a yes on that one. All right, so she's thrilled that you're doing this, and she said that you were so afraid when you got up to speak for her. Did you speak at her service?
I couldn't. I had my niece do it instead.
Okay,
last
you were
minute.
so afraid, but she said she's okay with that. But it feels like you still said something. I don't know if it was at the formal service or sometime after. She said, but you did acknowledge and you did say something. This is really, really strong. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
Go ahead. I'll let you explain.
Yeah, I had all my brothers and sisters put something in her casket beforehand.
And so
We
you
all
did say
spoke.
something.
Yeah.
It just wasn't at the big service. It was at the casket. Okay.
Yes.
And she said that you were so brave when you did that. Okay. Does one of your brothers always try to avoid this and run away from it and deny it? She said, oh, I'm going to get his attention. Okay. Is he real mechanically inclined, like a Mr. Fix-It kind of a guy?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because she keeps showing him with screwdrivers and wrenches and ratchets that you're smiling. Why?
Yeah, Randy. He's a mechanic. Yeah.
He's a mechanic.
He's kind of mechanical.
That's about as mechanics as mechanical as you get. Now, what's interesting, the way spirits work with me, she said, I'm going to get through to him, like he's sort of avoiding and denying. She's not angry at him or anything. She just wants to reach out. So that is advice and explanation from the Spirit. And then when the Spirit follows it up with an objectively verifiable fact, mechanically inclined, he's a mechanic, that verifiable fact is how the Spirit's letting you and I know we've properly received and interpreted the message. So she's saying to me to convey to you, the way she's going to get through to him is in the dream state. Because if he sees something or feels that, he's going to dismiss it. But in the dream state, she said, I will have his undivided attention. Whereas you, on the other hand, you're okay with, with the contact. Okay, what's going on with, is there something going on with like a light near your front door, like in a hallway, foyer, and your doorbell? I get like your doorbell and the light near your front door.
My light doesn't work in my front.
And there's the verifiable fact following the message. See, that's how they work. They want us to know that these contact experiences that you're feeling are real. And your mother is also now saying, why don't you just fix the light? Okay? Did someone almost slip there the other day?
Did someone what?
Slip in the foyer near that light?
I did.
And that would be another verifiable fact following the message.
And we're going to take a commercial break and we'll be right back.